everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Nerds Make Sense. As always, I'm Josh,
What's up, guys? I'm Ted, as usual.
and today we're going to be talking about several different things in the movie category. We've recently seen some trailers for some great movies, and we just wanted to discuss, how we feel about it. I guess is the best way to put it. So first off, what did we want to start off with?
Let me just talk about that Toy Story.
Okay, yeah, Toy Story. Wow, definitely an interesting trailer. I can see kind of two sides of how people would like it, and then how people would dislike it. Because we get a little bit of the story's premise. Basically what the movie's going to be about, and we come to find out that it's about a spork.
It's not about a sport. There's a bigger picture.
It's about a sport,
It's
dude.
a bigger picture. There's a new character, and he's a sport.
You see?
But it's not around him.
Well, that's the way the trailer makes you believe.
No, because there's a whole idea behind it.
Well, yeah, I understand that. He's created by what's her name? Oh God, I can't remember the girl's name.
Andy Jr.
But anyways, it's created by the main. I guess you can't really call her the main character, but she's the new owner of the toys. Obviously, Andy handed the toys off to her at the end of Toy Story 3, except for Bo Peep, who hasn't been seen since Toy Story 2.
Now, before we go into it, so the thing behind Toy Story 4 is that Toy Story 4 was never supposed to happen because Toy Story 3 was supposed to be the end. They thought that it was a good ending. It was a good ending. Yeah, basically passing a torch. He's going to college. He's done. But
Disney can never let things die.
No, it's not even that. And I can kind of get behind what the thing was. Is that they had an idea for Toy Story 4, like just an idea, and then it kept sitting on it, and time passed by, and they were like, "Dude, that was such a good idea." So they kept doing it and said, "Oh, now we got to do it," because it's their baby. They when you own something and you created something,
yeah,
and you have such a good idea for it, then they put it in production. They didn't need to, but they added like Bo Peep in it because Bo Peep is like the only one from the original. I'm trying to think really quick on the fly. From the original movie that's not there anymore.
Yeah,
and you can't say all the toys are back together. Like that was the thing, like the slogan for Toy Story 3.
Yeah,
the toys are back in town. You can't have all that. Bo Peep's not there.
Right.
So they tied Bo Peep into it. That they had to go find Bo Peep, or that was an adventure for Bo Peep. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't supposed to happen, but it was an idea that the creators had, and it kept bugging them because they're like, "Oh, dude, come on!" And so they did it. Yeah. Did we need it? I don't like. Toy Story 3 was such a good movie. I'll like a Toy Story as long as Toy Story 4 doesn't suck.
Right.
Then I'm gonna like it.
And a lot of people are afraid that it is going to suck because because of the one of the title, or I shouldn't say one of the Tyler characters, but sorry, it's titular is the correct pronunciation. But he's, I guess you could say he's one of the main characters, and that's Forky the Spork.
Yeah, he is. So yeah, in the trailer it showed that Forky was there. That Woody said, "Oh yeah, she made new friends," and they're like, "Oh, a new friend." Was like, "Oh no, not a person friend, but like a toy." She made it together.
Yeah.
She put like what was it, Play-Doh or something on the bottom of it.
Popsicle
sticks and some arms.
Yeah, she had like the
stuff
the wire arm thing. Yeah.
I'm gonna do that at work. We're gonna make that. Let's go. But
everybody has their own Forky.
Yeah, so they did that, and he was tripping.
Oh,
everybody was tripping. The toys were like, "That's a fork," like oh no, it's. And
even he was like, "I'm a fork."
Yeah, he was like, "I'm made to eat chili, and I'm made to eat this," and then he jumped out the window.
Yeah,
but yeah, he knew he wasn't a toy. And that brought up a good thing that Josh brought it up because when he heard me listening to the trailer.
Yeah, and I had watched the trailer earlier that day. Mm-hmm. But the thing that I had brought up was because the fact that Forky was essentially self-aware of what his original purpose was for, eating food. What does that mean for the rest of the Toy Story universe? Does it mean that everything in the Toy Story universe, not just the toys, are all self-aware? Does that mean your kitchen sink knows that it's a kitchen sink? Does your toilet know that it's a toilet? You know what I mean? Your couch, does it know that it's a couch? Not your bed, not know that it's a bed, not a trampoline. It really does make you wonder: is everything in the Toy Story universe actually self-aware?
Yeah, my response to that is that I don't think so. I just think because Forky was just a spork and a bunch of other stuff, and then when she put it together, the imagination of her that she gave Forky made him aware of everything around him. That's just how I see it. I think that's how it all with toys are and everything, because you can make like anything into a toy and give it imagination, and then.
So you think that because she made him into a toy and essentially imbued him with her imagination, he became self-aware because of that.
Yeah, and then whatever she knew about it, because she made him, then he knew everything about it after that. That's what I think it is. I think it's all toys.
And I mean, that could very well make sense.
Yeah, because just think when you were little, you made stuff out of sticks and anything, and then you're like, oh yeah, blah blah blah, and you made like a little soldier or a toy or something out of something.
Yeah.
And then you know what that's for. You're
right.
like, oh yeah, this was a stick. It was on a tree. We use it for this and that. So when you make it together, you're like, oh yeah, I could do this because it was a tree and it could do that. Yeah. So there's a fork. It's a spork. You can eat. I eat my cereal with it. My chili, whatever he mentions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a pretty cool idea that Josh came up with. But it's a cool premise about the whole thing.
But and it really does. One of the things though that really kind of makes you wonder is this something that they just basically kind of came up with for this movie, or are they retconning the universe in a way?
I think it's not. I don't think they're retconning the universe. What do you mean retconning the universe?
Because I know we talked at one of the subjects that we talked about when we were talking about preparing for this episode was Buzz Lightyear and how he acts in the first movie.
Oh yeah,
because he truly believes that he is Buzz Lightyear. Mm-hmm. Of Star Command, not Buzz Lightyear the toy. He doesn't come to face that fact until much, much later in the movie, after he realized, when he tries to jump to escape Sid's house, and he ends up breaking his arm off. That's when he starts to come to the self-realization that he is a toy, and he can't do all these things that he thought he could do. Mm-hmm. So it's like, so what I'm asking is this something that that they're basically trying to make everybody forget about?
I don't think so.
Or is it just one of those things where whatever?
No, I don't think so, because the Buzz Lightyear thing goes hand in hand with what I said about the kid giving imagination to the toy, because the toy is made, right? Even as adults, when you go get something from the store, you read the box, you read what it does, you see the commercials, you know what it does. So when he gets the toy, he's this is Buzz Lightyear for Star Command. Oh, he flies, he does all this. Right. The commercial says so. So of course Buzz is gonna think he does that. Okay. But all the other toys, eventually it wears out. You'll be like, oh yeah, it's just a toy. All the other toys get self-aware because they're like, oh, I'm not Woody the sheriff. Well, I am, but I'm not the sheriff. I'm a toy based off the premise of me being a sheriff. So I'm not really.
I think that would be like a cool, like if they ever did another Toy Story movie.
I hope not. This better be the last one. I can't do it no more.
I think honestly, no. What I'm thinking is it kind of be like a cool origin story if they did an origin story for Woody. Was he always? Did he always know that he was a toy, or did he start out similar to Buzz? Did he think he was Woody the sheriff?
Yeah, I think all of them. I think eventually it's just gonna be like all of them are like that until something happens where it shows them that they are just a toy. Maybe Woody's leg fell off one time. Maybe we don't know. Or something or when he got ripped in the second one. Well, that's the second one. He's already.
Well, he knew he was a toy.
Something might have happened to show him that he's not a real sheriff. Mm-hmm. Just like when Buzz's arm fell off.
Right.
Now with what Forky is now, it's kind of smart because what I think they're doing is like we did toys 1 to 3. I mean, the whole thing is toys. Toy Stories and the toys in the title, right?
Right.
So we already got action figures. We had bears. We have every toy soldiers. So now what we don't have is something created from the kids' imagination that is a toy in their thing. Because when I work with kids, so when I work with kids, they're making stuff out of stuff they found outside of rocks and paper, and they said, "Oh, this is a laser. Oh, this is a soldier." Well, that's the premise of that.
Okay.
They're making that's the kids' versions of a toy, but not the idea of a toy. Because even you mentioned that he's not a toy. Remember you said that he's not a toy. I was like, he even says he's not a toy because he's not.
No.
But that's in the kid's eye, that's a toy.
Right.
So that's what I think they did. It's pretty smart because then they have to be like, I mean, there's new toys in the movie, obviously, but it just gives a little spin on what a toy is. It's kind of cool. I kind of thought it was a good idea.
Yeah, and I honestly do kind of think it's a good idea because here is a good way for Disney to actually inspire kids.
Dude, wait for if Disney comes out with the actual toy figurine of Sporky, I'm losing my shit.
Dude, if they try to charge...
Someone better sue. Someone.
I mean, seriously.
Taco Bell better come out of nowhere with a lawsuit.
If they honestly tried to sell a toy of Sporky, and it's literally just a spork designed exactly the way as the toy, and they try to sell it for like, what do action figures go?
$30. The pop is going to be like $29. There's gonna be a plush worth $30.
Oh my god,
a bedspread.
That would be insane.
Socks.
But could you honestly not see Disney doing something like that?
Oh yeah, I can see it.
I mean, it'd be the cheapest toy they ever made.
I can see Disney doing that, and I can see us as people buying it.
Oh yeah.
If my kid,
That's the sad thing.
If I had a kid and they said, "Oh, I want Sporky," "Oh, you want Sporky? Let me go get him." I'll literally go to Taco Bell and get a Sporky. I'll make that thing. They will not know till they're older. Why does mine's fall apart and Timmy's doesn't? Oh, Timmy's whatever. Who cares about Timmy? It's all about Sporky. You wanted Sporky.
That's funny. That's too good.
Yeah, but let's get back to the trailer. Yeah, but that was really good. But that's what we're talking about. But the trailer,
yeah, there is a larger premise to this story.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you mentioned it with Bo Peep popping up again.
Oh yeah, so like I was watching the trailer and I was watching a bunch of other reactions to it, and I missed some stuff from the first time I watched it. And one thing I was telling Josh about is that I even said in the beginning, the whole thing, not the whole story is not based on Bo Peep. I mean, it's part of it, I guess you could say. Mm-hmm. But they find Bo Peep in an antique shop. Woody notices her in the lamp. She's a lamp. I forgot she was a lamp because when he seen it, I was like, how does he know that's Bo Peep? It's a lamp. So he goes in there and he's getting chased and then by all these other toys from the antique shop, and then Bo Peep comes out and she's like renegade. She has like her what is it? Her top or whatever. I mean, she's not naked, but whatever the outside, it's like her cape now. She has overalls on. Her staff is like basically like a weapon. You know, and she has this. She's battle hardened.
Yeah, she's not the Bo Peep that we remember.
Y'all thought she was just sitting, chilling, doing all this other hard stuff the toys been going through. Nah, she be going through it.
Yeah.
So she's like a protector. I won't say protector. I guess she's not, but she's in the idea of like we don't need kids. To us, we don't need a kid to own us. Where we can have all these kids to own us. You know what I mean? She's like, oh yeah, we live here, we just do what we want. We don't have to worry about a kid giving us away. We don't have to get a kid breaking us. We getting older. We're just living life right here. A kid has us, they give us back here. It's sort of like the same thing from Toy Story 3. That, oh, we're here, all the kids, we have all these kids. We don't have to worry about them not loving us anymore or throwing us away. Sort of like that. But this is like an antique shop in like a carnival. I don't know how that ties in, but there's a carnival.
Yeah.
But what I was saying is that I was telling you that I've seen that people were talking about what if Bo Peep's coming back isn't like a reunion where she's going to be part of the good guys, but she's going to come back as like an antagonist, because in the trailer she tells Woody, we don't need that. We don't need this no more. We don't need a child anymore. We could be here now. We don't need to be owned by a child when we have all this, like I said. So that's sort of like tempting Woody. Like Woody, and Woody's like, yeah. Not only did he have his girlfriend back, but he's like, yeah, that makes sense. You can even tell in his face when she's telling him.
Yeah.
Like he's like digging it, and so like, what if she's like trying to take Woody away from everybody? Because through this whole thing, we don't see a bad guy so far.
Right.
I should have went back to see the Toy Story 3 trailer if we even seen.
Well, we see the other toys from the antique shop that don't want Woody to leave.
Oh yeah.
So there's your obvious bad guys right there.
Yeah, I mean like an overall bad guy, because I'm pretty sure
those dolls are creepy as hell.
Oh yeah, they remind me of the Goosebumps. The puppet. I forgot what Slippy. No, it's not Slippy. It's something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember his name. I did. God.
Yeah, the mannequin or whatever.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this right now. I don't like porcelain dolls.
Yeah. Yeah, but so far we don't see an overall bad guy. But I know in Toy Story 3 we seen like the baby and the other robots have Buzz and stuff, but I don't think they showed Lotso at first as the bad guy. I'm not sure. I don't remember. I have to go back and look that.
I don't think they showed him as the bad guy.
I think they showed him.
They showed him.
Yeah, just like they showed Bo Peep. You already know Bo Peep from the first one.
Yeah.
So,
and I don't know if she'll be so much a bad guy, but I think she's just been disillusioned of being owned by a singular child. You know, and it's basically what you were saying, and what she kind of says in the trailer. You know, she's come to this idea that, why belong to one child when you can have so many?
Yeah, because she could be hurt that the fact that she was sold to the yard sale or whatever.
And that may be what's essentially behind all of it for her.
Yeah.
Because
look at her. I mean, she's doing great. She's over here fighting everyone.
That, and, she comes to find out that, hey, everybody went and saved Woody, but nobody tried to save her.
Yeah, well, I don't know how they'll know that, but unless, oh,
well, I mean, while they're together, he could easily recount the story of what happened to him during Toy Story 2 after he accidentally got sold.
Yeah.
And how everybody, then later came to his rescue, but nobody came to Bo Peep's rescue.
Yeah. But, yeah, so there's that little
thing. And to be honest, one quick thing, though. I don't remember her being sold.
No, they don't say she's sold. She was given away or something. They say it in the beginning of the second.
Because I thought she was in Toy Story 3.
No, she wasn't. She wasn't even.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure she wasn't in Toy Story. She wasn't in Toy Story 2. She wasn't.
Well, she was in the beginning. I know that. She had to have been.
I'm going to look it up. I swear
I'm going to look it up, too.
I swear she wasn't. Because the whole reason Jessie came in Toy Story 2 was because Bo Peep wasn't there.
Not necessarily. It was to give Buzz Lightyear somebody.
Nah, but... Yeah, because at the end, because remember when they were hugging, dancing, he had nobody at the end of Toy Story 2. That's why. And then that's why Woody was there like, oh, fuck me, I guess. Was Bo Peep in Toy Story 3?
I'm looking up Toy Story 3 and then going to its Wikipedia page to see if she's part of the cast. Sorry, everybody.
Bo Peep was ultimately written out of Toy Story 3.
Oh, wow.
And this isn't Wiki. This is Pixar's page.
Yeah, she's not in the picture for the cover.
Yeah, I'm telling you, she was sold.
But I mean, does it say that though? That's the thing. And by the way, her name is Bonnie. The child. The child's name is Bonnie.
Oh, I knew that.
I couldn't remember. Well, if you knew that, why didn't you say it?
Because I want to show that I know this show. I know. Maybe she was in Toy Story 2. I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, well, I knew she was in 2. I couldn't remember she was in.
Maybe it was in 3. Because to be 100% honest, Toy Story 2 was cool and all, but it wasn't like.
I actually liked the PlayStation game more than I liked the movie.
I didn't even play the PlayStation game. Okay, so she was in Toy Story 2, like, briefly. Like, I can understand why. She wasn't, like, in the movie like Toy Story 1. You know what I mean? She was, like, there in the background of Toy Story 2. But in Toy Story 3, yeah, it says right here that she was given away. It says, Later on, Woody comments that some of the toys were either given away or sold in yard sales, thrown out, possibly broken or donated. Bo Peep makes a brief silent cameo in Toy Story 3, and Home Movies Miss Davis makes of Andy later on. So yeah, so she gave her away. It was one of those options. But she looks fine in Toy Story 4, so I'm just guessing she got sold.
Okay. Yeah, I'm reading it right here. She is technically in Toy Story 3, but it's in video footage.
Yeah, that's what you said.
And that's when... Did you?
I just said that.
Did you? Okay.
Bo Peep makes a brief silent cameo in Toy Story 3 and Home Videos Miss Davis makes.
Sorry, I was reading at the same time.
I'm trying to take my credit. Yeah, but she was in... What was that? Oh, yeah. But she was in Toy Story 2.
Yeah.
But overall, like, she's not a... I'm not saying she's like the ringleader of the bad people or the bad guy or whatever's the main problem in Toy Story 4. But she's there, like... But I'm not saying she's good or bad. She's like in the middle, I guess you could say. Because I don't... Well, I don't know if she will come back. That's the thing.
Yeah, she'll. Well, here's the thing. I've got two competing theories.
She's queen of whatever.
Either she, absolutely refuses to come back, or she wants to come back. Like later on in the movie, she figures out that, okay, maybe I do need a child, or I'd rather be with my friends, or something like that. And then there's actually two theories that branch off of that one. Either she goes back and she lives happily ever after with the other toys, or she sacrifices herself so Woody and Forky can make it back to Barney.
Or Woody dies and she doesn't care and she stays there. Someone's dying in Toy Story 4. They were this close in Toy Story 3.
They were that close to killing everybody.
Someone is dead right now. They're writing it as we speak and animating it. It's rather plastic being thrown everywhere, cotton being thrown everywhere. Someone is dead. I'll come back and record this when I watch the movie. Someone is dead and some toy that's not alive is dead right now. I'm not stressing that. Like, no way they were going to melt all of them in that pit and be saved to the last minute for this movie to come out and nothing happened.
Maybe it'll be one of the little green aliens.
No, it has to be Woody. But it's like Captain America or Iron Man. Someone's dead in Endgame. Someone is dead. It's one of the mains.
Oh, God.
But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that is going on in this movie. And it's crazy because, like, I mean, yeah, kids are happy for it. I mean, oh, Toy Story, we seen 3, but now it's adults like, yeah, we seen 1. So like,
hey, I can proudly say, I've seen all 3.
I've seen all of them. Dude, my mom loves Toy Story. We have so many Woodies, we can make an army. We got Woodies and Jessies, and we got a Bullseye, and I have Buzz. Yeah, so let's see. What else? Let's see. So that happens, and then Forky doesn't want to be there. You know, he's like we told you, he knows he's not a toy, so he jumps out the movie. Well, they're going to the carnival or something. We forgot about Bonnie.
We don't know where they're going.
Bonnie is irrelevant in this movie, guys. I'm sorry. She's the girl who owns the toys from the first movie, guys. She's going somewhere with their family. And then it's nighttime. Everyone's sleeping. Woody looks up, and this dude jumps out the window, and then he's like, Forky! And then they hit a bump or something, and Woody falls out. And then so they're there, just chilling, walking back, going down the highway. It looked like they were near like a highway, right?
Yeah, I wonder how did they not get noticed by anybody?
And there was no cars either.
Is it just like a back road that doesn't have a whole lot of people?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I mean,
yeah,
seriously, I mean, somebody's got to come along at some point. I mean, it's not like a little, half a foot tall toy can move very fast.
It's the same thing for Toy Story 3. How do you not know Big Baby and Lotso walking away and finding their way home after all that? They were farther. I don't know where they're at. They're in the country.
Yeah, I don't know.
But they made it. But yeah, so they get knocked off. They're walking. They find Bo Peep. Bo Peep's like freaking Rambo now, and saying like, we live here. The toys. Bonnie finds out that they lost her toys. I don't know if she's more worried about Forky or Woody, but both of them are gone. She's crying, and then Buzz is like, we gotta do something. What would he do? Oh, he'll jump out a window. So Buzz is like, me too. So he jumps out the window. Luckily, it's not moving. They're already parked, and he gets stuck at the fair. He becomes a prize. We already does a teaser trailer where they show him he's a prize. And
which, I mean, and here's the thing though. Disney is not against flat out lying to us. Take promotional images for Infinity War as an example. Because if you remember in the posters and some artwork and stuff, we actually saw the Hulk. Mm-hmm. You know. But in the movie, yes, we saw the Hulk in the beginning of the movie, but then that was it. And the famous image of like all the Avengers running in Wakanda, and then you've got the big green Hulk in the background is completely false. It's actually Bruce Banner. We find out in the movie it's actually Bruce Banner in the Hulkbuster armor. Mm. So it's like it's not against Disney's not against, like I said, flat out lying to us. So I mean, it could be. Who knows how much of the trailer that we've seen is actually real and what's actually going to happen.
Yeah. But there, what else is there? So, I'm trying to think. So, there's that. Buzz is stuck as a prize wall. He's tied up. Key and Peele are in this movie. They're Duck and Bunny, or Chicken Bunny, or
yeah, something. I thought it was Duck and a Bunny.
Yeah, or something. I don't know what it is. But I like their characters. You know. And that's another thing that goes off that...
Yeah, they're funny together.
And that's another thing that goes off Josh's thing, that they're self-aware. These two things knew who Buzz and Woody were. This is a teaser trailer. Because they were talking, into infinity and beyond. So they knew who Buzz and Woody are.
Well, it's possible that they're already Bonnie's toys.
But they're on the prize wall. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So they knew who Buzz and Woody are. Buzz and Woody are old toys. They're not new. I'm saying they're not... I'm pretty sure... I don't even think they're selling Buzz and stuff anymore.
Okay, and then here's the thing. That goes back to what I was saying earlier. Because you said that it's your theory that toys only, essentially become self-aware when they get owners. Mm. But here's the thing. If they're on the prize wall, they don't have an owner.
Yeah, here's my counter to that. So... Bonnie...
And I've got another one to counter yours here in a second.
You don't even know what I'm going to say. Bonnie is the one who says that... It points to the carnival and says, we have this. Right?
You mean Bo Peep.
Bo Peep. Oh, yeah, my bad. Bo Peep says, we have this.
Yeah.
This is what we have now. We have these kids. So, if somehow Bo Peep is... The antique shop and the carnival are connected in this. Right?
Right.
So... In Toy Story 1, who was the ones telling Buzz that he was a toy?
The toys.
Okay. So, Buzz already had the stuff that he was this because, Andy wanted it. He read the box, blah, blah, blah. So, the toys on the wall at the carnival, just like the toys in the one in the antique shop. Who's the one who knows they're not toys?
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though. The toys in the antique shop were most likely owned by someone else prior. So therefore, they've already got that piece of... If your theory is true, then they've already got that piece of imagination.
Yes, but... So Bo Peep is the one that knows that they're toys, they're all this, they're like that. So what happens if these toys at the antique shop already have that, right? But if the antique shop is connected to the carnival or the fair they're going, who is to say that Bo Peep is the one telling all them their toys? And who says that this is? And then if they're already aware that they're toys, if they've seen stuff for Buzz Lightyear or Bo Peep said stuff about Buzz Lightyear and stuff, because supposedly back then, well, not supposedly, but at that time, everyone knew who is. So they're old toys, but they're famous,
So basically what you're saying is that...
Once they're self-aware, they might have heard it, they might have said it, people walking by talked about it, they've seen posters, toys, action figures, they already seen, stuff, and they already knew about them. That's what I'm saying. Because the imagination can be toned into it until, they're out of it.
But so my question is, are you trying to say that essentially the magical imagination power that brought all of the other toys to life can be passed from toy to toy?
What do you mean?
So can other toys who have already become self-aware pass that self-awareness onto toys that aren't?
Yeah, you've seen it in Toy Story 1 with Woody and all them. I mean,
No, Buzz was already self-aware. He may not have known that he was a toy, but he knew he was alive.
yeah, it could be passed on because they were telling him the whole time that you're a toy. You're not Star Command's not real. Blah 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 blah. They all told him that, and he didn't believe it.
Right.
And then he jumped out the window, broke his arm, and then he's like, "They're right."
Okay, but
real.
that's
He
not the
freaked out.
definition. That's not the definition of self-awareness. The definition of self-awareness is realizing that you are alive.
Yeah, and they are alive. They
Right,
realize
that's true. But what I'm saying is they don't need owners to become self-aware. I think they're made self-aware.
no, because I think they could still be alive in toys and stuff.
And here is my evidence that supports my theory. The toys from the toy store in Toy Story 2.
Yeah, dude, I don't remember that. So
Al's Toy Barn. From Toy Story 2. There's a shelf full of Buzz Lightyears, and they even try to keep Buzz, the hero Buzz, I guess you could call him, from escaping afterwards.
oh yeah,
Also, the Barbie dolls in the store are alive.
yeah. But, I mean, they're all gonna be alive. Like, I'm not saying they're not. You're not just gonna like wake up and.
But that means they're already self-aware, and they don't have owners. They're in a store.
No, see, that's not what I'm saying. Of course, they're alive. They don't need the kids to become alive. They're alive. But what I'm saying to become self-aware that they're just a toy, right? Because they're living life. Because I didn't hear one thing saying that anything out of the ordinary that Buzz and his friends said that they do and they said. Like, oh, Andy's coming in, blah, 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 blah. Because they're in a toy store. They're contained by other people who think that they're toys. Just like Zurg. Zurg thought he was Zurg.
But the other Buzz Lightyears all thought that they were Buzz Lightyear.
Yes, and they're going to think that. They're toys. They're going to be... They know that. But what I'm saying is that to be self-aware, they're going to be recognized by that they're not... That they're toys, yeah, but they're alive. I'm not going to say that they're not going to wake up. Like, is that what you're trying to say? That they're all moving around, walking around, waking up, thinking they're Buzz Lightyear and Zurg and all that. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Well, they're going to do that. Yes. What I'm saying is that for them to be aware that they're just toys and that they have a life and they could do other things and see other things and become other things like that, that's what's awakened through when they wake up out of it. Because they're all going to be toys. Yeah. That's the premise of it. I mean, I'm not saying that they're just going to, like, Barbie's just going to lay there and not ever wake up until a kid comes and grabs it and gives it the imagination. What I'm saying about Forky is that is just plastic and toys not made together. So when they put him together, she's saying it while she's building the toy. And when she's because I can already see, because I work with kids, I already see them making something. She's like, oh, you're a spork. I remember eating you with chili and eating you at Taco Bell. And this is string where you can hold your hands. And this is Play-Doh. You're going to be this. You can do all this because, you know, it used to be this. But now you're Forky. And then when he wakes up, because the imagination to that becomes a toy, that's all he knows. That's how he knows he's not a toy. Because you're like, she said this and that. I used to be this. I used to be nothing. Then I was pasted together to become a toy. This isn't right. I'm not this. Now, I think if you would take the popsicle sticks off, the arms off, the eyes off, and I think it'll go back to being just plastic stuff, yeah.
But, I mean, that's not what happens with other toys.
Yeah, because they're not made like that. These are, like, made as toys. This is, like, constructed arts and crafts. That's like saying if I got a piece of paper, glued some eyes on it, and, like, sprinkled some stuff, and then it became, toy. It'll come to life. That's what I'm trying to say.
From what you were saying earlier, that's all it took.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, you said, what did you just say right now?
My whole thing is, I'm just wondering, it's not necessarily, I'm not trying to argue that the toys aren't self-aware, or they are, because we know they're self-aware in this universe. My whole thing is, what is the extent of self-awareness of what we normally perceive to be inanimate objects?
Like a lamp?
Yeah. You know, in the Toy Story universe, does that thing know it's a lamp?
Yeah, see that? I don't think you'll know it's a lamp.
Does the chair you're sitting on know it's a chair? Like you said, does the couch know it's a couch?
So, the stuff that's, his name's Sid, right? Sid made is like Forky. He broke a bunch of other toys.
They were all toys to begin with.
Yeah, but that's sort of like that, and he came to life. But they didn't talk, they didn't speak. They just knew that it wasn't right. They knew they weren't right. They didn't talk.
I don't know if they knew that they weren't right.
Bro, they didn't. They knew they weren't right.
They just wanted revenge.
That dude had legs and a fishing rod for a head. They knew they weren't right. They knew something was wrong. Or else they wouldn't have wanted revenge. They would have just said, "Oh, we're toys."
Well, I mean, he tortured them. Of course, they'd want revenge. I'd want revenge if somebody tortured me.
But still, like, that's the present. Like, they were built together from different things. Now,
Right, but they all come from other toys.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm gonna say. That's what I feel like it is, because they're gonna go. I already see they're going with the imagination thing. Imaginary friends, imagination made this.
Yeah,
and then like until the movie ends and we find out they're not even real and it's all fake. then
it's all been a story.
Yeah,
the whole damn thing.
And then it shows Andy and his kids, and then I give the kid things away from them, and that's how the story ends. Go to bed.
Oh man!
You could tell. So you could tell this movie is for adults. So these kids aren't having the conversations like this.
No, I definitely don't think they're having any conversation like this.
But it's a good thing. That's why I like Toy Story a
But
lot.
one of the good things that I'm really anticipating, that I'm hoping will come from this movie
is death. You're right.
No. No, it's basically what brings Forky into existence. Bonnie creating him. Mm-hmm. I hope that the parents that take their kids to see this, that the kids, when they see that, it brings this new generation of wanting to create things from your own imagination. Because in recent years, I actually think that's something that recent generations have lacked. And yeah, there's like arts and crafts in school when you're younger, but it's basically, at this point, it's like you're made to do it nowadays. And so kids, what happens when they're told to do something? Most of the time, they don't want to do it. Especially if it's associated with school. But when a movie sits there and does something like that, it makes it cool.
Yeah.
It makes them want to, because kids want to imitate things that they see. Mm-hmm.
Everyone wants to be Spider-Man. Everyone wants to be the hero.
Exactly.
Wants to do that, yeah.
And so if people see a kid in a movie, even if it's an animated movie, using her imagination to create things, it makes it look cool. It makes it look like it's something you want to do. And so I'm really hoping that this inspires a new generation of pure imagination. Because I know I have a huge imagination, and it's, even though it wasn't necessarily nurtured all that much when I was a kid, it's never stopped me from dreaming. I know my mom has never, she's never told me, she was actually one of the ones that encouraged me to kind of use my imagination. And in case for, people listening to this and you don't know who I'm talking about, I'm actually talking about my stepmom. And I call her mom because she basically is a mom to me. And she, like I said, she would make me write stories because she recognized the fact that I had such an active imagination. And she, even though it was sometimes used as a punishment, it's what essentially nurtured that part of me. Also, my passion, for things like Star Trek and Star Wars and, watching those since I was a little kid has always made me want to be a part of those universes, which has led to me, imagining being part of those universes and making up stories with toys to be a part of those universes. So, I had my own version of Toy Story going on when I was a kid. But yeah, so I'm really excited to see the outcome of that part.
Working with kids, I've seen it firsthand. Like I have a handful, not even a handful. There's a bunch of kids where I work where they're like, I can't do this, I can't do that. I was like, yes, you can. You just can't do it yet. They're like, don't give up. Don't. It's like, even when it's simple things, I was like, oh, I want you to draw what you wrote. They're like, I can't draw, I can't do it. Well, you don't know until you try.
Yeah.
And there's like movies like Toy Story and all these anime, like Pixar movies, Disney movies, they get kids to believe, to try, to have faith, to give it all they got.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I see what you're coming from with that, because I lived it firsthand, because it's irritating. Like, dude, just try. Come on, bro. I believe in you.
Yeah, and I honestly think, and so many times,
But they go watch a cartoon and then they, I can do it. I was like,
exactly.
I was saying that.
Exactly.
I was.
But
the
that's
first
the thing. You know, they're making it look cool, because I mean, you know, what kid doesn't see something happen in a movie and think it doesn't look cool? I mean, historically bad movies that have gone, you know, that are still out there somewhere, there are still kids that think they look cool. Why? Because it's in a movie. You know, it's made up, it's extravagant. And then, you know, things happen. There's drama, there's a story. Now, they don't necessarily pay too much attention to the story most of the time, but, you know, they see something happen, like, what's a good example? Well, heck, Jedis in Star Wars. Everybody wants to be a Jedi. You know? And you know, that's why I actually think that Rey is a great character to base this trilogy around. Because she's essentially, she's the biggest, female hero Star Wars has ever had. And she's almost bigger than, I mean, I would argue to say that she's bigger than Princess Leia. I honestly think she's bigger than Princess Leia, to be honest. I think Princess Leia is probably more of an inspiration to older girls who are familiar with the franchise, whereas Rey is an inspiration to younger girls.
No, we gotta get back to the point.
Yeah, let's get. But yeah, so getting back, the whole creation of Forky and being on screen has me, it has me excited for future generations.
Yeah, and then so they're looking for that. I'm trying to think of the trailer offhand. But that's basically the whole thing.
Yeah,
and then,
as far as we know
try
right
to get
now.
We don't have a pre-reveal.
From what we've seen from the trailer, though, Forky does eventually come around to the idea of being Bonnie's new favorite toy. Yeah,
because and also that he comes around from acknowledging he is a toy, because in the trailer, after Bo Peep and Woody had that conversation, Woody gets down because I guess you can tell he's split. Like, does he want to stay here?
Yeah. Or
does he want to go back home with them? And then Forky's like, he's like, you hear that in your ear? It's all gonna be okay. Because he gets around, he gets it then.
Yeah.
Because at first he's confused, he doesn't know, and then you can tell by his time with Woody, because Woody's that guy. The toys are those toys that you'll get that from them. You'll know everything's gonna be okay. Friends are power, all that. So we don't have like a idea who the villains are. We have some hints, Bo Peep, and then the mannequins and the doll. Maybe someone who took Buzz Lightyear, that stuff. But I like to go into some other stuff that I found out. Funny things.
You gonna tell them about the little Easter egg you discovered in the trailer?
I didn't discover it. I'll say that. I did not discover it.
Somebody else.
I was watching a reaction channel on YouTube react to it, because I love watching reactions to things, if it shows, movies, trailers, fights. I love watching those, so I looked for it. And some things they pointed out is in the beginning of the trailer, when they introduced Forky and they showed Bonnie making Forky, and they paused it in the background. There's a girl across the table, not across the table, on the other side, on another table, and it's Boo, or it looks exactly like Boo from Monsters Inc. And I love when they do stuff like that, because Buzz and Woody are in a bunch of other movies and stuff. And were they in Monsters Inc?
I don't think so.
I think Buzz and Woody were in Monsters Inc. when at the end when Boo was showing her all the toys. I'm gonna look that up. But yeah, so Boo's in there. It has the same pigtails, same pink shirt she has. Looks just like her. looks just like her. And
I thought she had a purple shirt.
She had pink. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, and then so there were people talking about how they're the worlds are all connected in Pixar.
And that theory has been floating around for a while.
Yeah. And then they also had Coco's guitar as prizes you can win in there on the prize wall where Buzz is at, where Key and Peele's characters are as well. And a lot of people, there's one that they got upset about, which I it makes sense for me, that Bonnie's name is now under Woody's boot now instead of Andy's. It makes sense to me.
Yeah, she's his
That's
owner.
the owner now. Andy's not going to come back and say, you know what, I want my toys. Woody's actually expensive. Give it. No, it's not going to happen. But
It's not that expensive anymore.
yeah, you got
With how many years he's been played with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry, he's lost his value.
But yeah, so there's that. Oh yeah, he wasn't. Look, I'll show you the picture. Look, there's even the ball from Andy's room as well. Woody's on the
Right.
table. See?
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know who this is in the background. I can't see. It's pixelated. But yeah. So there's some little Easter eggs in there. Some other stuff. The poster that they first shown with Woody, it was just Woody at first, and they had the Bo Peep, and I don't know if they had anyone else. Woody, it's an all gray background, and him with the signature "so long, partner" pose. A lot of people thought he might die. That's where I got the idea from. Because I'm telling you guys, I'll keep saying it till if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Someone has to die.
I think it's more of a goodbye, because this is going to be the last movie of the franchise.
Yeah, it could be that too. But I feel like they would have did it in a different way. I feel like everybody would be there if it was for that, not just Woody. I mean, Woody is the not the star, but Woody
He's big. Well, him and Buzz are essentially the stars.
But then a Bo Peep one came out, but she's not doing any goodbye. She just looks tough like she is. Yeah, I already went over. I think that's about it.
Yeah, I think that's about all we know right now.
Yeah, it comes out April, June, something like that.
It comes out April, June.
April, June, one of them.
Well, yeah.
It's coming soon.
Yeah. Within the next few months, it should be out.
Yeah,
But
I can't wait for it as much as a lot of people are saying it's going to be a tearjerker. I'm pretty sure it will be.
hey, the last one was too.
Yeah.
I mean, we all thought for a second there that
Yeah,
that
I
was
like,
going to
no
be the end.
way. Man, they were about to die.
Yeah.
But I think that's all I have to say about it.
The claw. All right. Well, because this one ran a little bit longer than we anticipated, we're gonna cut it off with the Toy Story one. But next video, we're gonna talk about more of the movie stuff. So make sure you come along. It'll be out next week. But stay tuned for that. We got multiple movies to talk about. We got we got Dora the Explorer movie with one of our favorite actors, Danny Trujillo, going to be doing some of the voices. What else? What else were we going to talk about in the next one?
I don't know, a bunch of other Men in Black, I guess.
Oh, Men in Black, yeah, that one. Saw the trailer for that today. That looks like it's going to be fun. And then not only movie stuff, but we're going to throw. I think we're going to talk about what's going on with the Arrowverse as well, and also surprise coming out about the Jurassic Park franchise. Sorry about that. So yeah, make sure you join us next week. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can email us at nerdsmakesense@yahoo.com. Nerdsmakesense@yahoo.com. Sorry, for some reason I'm fumbling over my words today. Other than that, thanks for watching, and until the next one, we'll see you later.
See ya.